Shalom, this is Rabbi Mark Kunis and my taste of Torah for Parshat Pinchas 5781. Question: what is the most important verse in the Torah? Some have chosen the Shema Yisrael, Hear Israel, Hashem is our God, Hashem is one. Or you shall have no other gods before me. Or you shall be holy, Ki Kadosh Ani, for I, Hashem, am holy. Or tzedek, tzedek, tirdof, justice, justice shall you pursue. Or one of the other many lofty verses in the Torah. This is actually a famous dispute in the Talmud. Rabbi Akiva said that the greatest verse in the Torah is V'ahavta l'reyecha kamocha. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. What could be more important than loving your fellow human being? Ben Azai, another famous Talmudic sage, said no. The most important verse in the Torah is the Sefer Toldot Adam. This is the book of the generations of humanity. Biyom bara Elokim Adam, bidmut Elokim asa oto. On the day God created human beings, God made them in His own image. That's also a pretty good candidate. It says that all human beings are related and all human beings are created in God's image. We can certainly understand why Akiva and Ben Azai went for those two verses. They're good, but there is strangely enough in the Sifri. In one of the rabbinic works written at the time of the early part of the Talmud, there is, according to the famous 17th century sage, the Maharal of Prague, a textual variant where Shimon ben Pazai proposes another verse and says this verse is greater than all the others. This verse, in fact, appears twice in the Torah, the second time in our Torah portion. Here it is. Listen carefully. Varmarta ala lahem, and you shall say to them, Zeh ha'isher asher takrivu l'Hashem. This is what you shall offer on the altar to Hashem. Kevasim b'nei shana tamimim, shnayim layom ola tamid. Male lambs in their first year, unblemished, 2 a day, as an olah offering forever. Now, this doesn't appear at first glance to be a leading candidate for the best verse in the Torah, right? Let me read it to you again just in case you may have missed something in the verse. And you shall say to them, this is what you shall offer on the altar to Hashem, male lambs in their first year unblemished, 2 a day as an olah offering forever. I must confess, I don't know about you, but before I learned about this Sifri, this verse never gave me pause. I never, in reading over this verse in the Torah portion, said, aha, this is the verse I've got to talk about on Shabbos. 2 lambs in their first year every day. I mean, God, wait till they hear this one. And so you may wonder, what is it about this verse that's supposed to make it so important? According to Rav Aaron Lichtenstein, it's the last word, tamid, forever. He writes, people think of the spiritual life as what happens on the day you're born, or on your bris, or your bar mitzvah, or on your wedding, on the key days of life. And here, this verse says you've got to offer sacrifices every day forever. You've got to show your commitment to God and Torah every day, not just on Shabbos. This is the sum of Jewish spirituality. That you've got to do it tamid, every single day, all the time, even and especially when it involves sacrifice. Have a great Shabbos.